Solid GDP print down under in Australia. Do you chase or fade this rally that we're seeing today in the AUD?
Well, I still favor fading the rally, given that the China slowdown story, I think, is still a medium-term story. It will still have a drag on the Aussie dollar in the medium term. So, I think the RBA is on the sideline for the time being. GDP numbers, good for the Aussie, but I'll use this opportunity to fade.
US dollar's looking perky again, isn't it? So does that mean that 25 basis point rate hike by the Fed this month is back on the table, and does payrolls this week seal the deal?
No, I think pretty much the Fed has given this month a miss in terms of the rate hike. But I think given how much...
They're going to pass on it then, is what you're saying?
Yeah, I think so. But given how much the market has priced out the rate hike, there's room for surprise later this year. And this should provide some support for the dollar. So we are probably seeing the edge of better run on the US data helping to support the dollar. So if the payroll numbers comes in good, then this would reinforce the stronger dollar story again.
What's your forecast for payrolls at the end of this week?
Around 200.
And that's going to be constructive for US dollars?
Well, I think so, yes. I think, good news is good news.
All right. ECB, Mario Draghi, does he make good on his pledge that he made to the markets earlier this year and deliver more easing this month? And if he does, what does that do for the divergence trade?
Well, I think he would at least match market expectations in terms of deposit rate cut, perhaps extension, upsize of the QE and extension of the length of the QE program. It would be disastrous to disappoint the market. And I think the overall direction for euro is still down, and we favor selling euro on any rally.
China's FX reserves numbers, they come out March the 7th, this coming Monday. Are we going to see yet another big outflow, and what does that do to the risk currencies if we do?
Well, I think we're likely to see a further decline in the reserves, but maybe not as big as what we saw previously, given that the stability in the fixing has provided some relief from the market's perspective in terms of diminishing the excessive fears of Chinese currency weakness. But I think the longer-term story, the medium-term story in terms of weakening Chinese currency remains with us, given the challenges faced by the Chinese economy.
And dollar yen, do you fade this upside move that we are seeing right now? I can't help but think that it's not going to last when you consider that the yen remains the go-to safe harbour during these very uncertain times.
I mean, the technicals are saying that the dollar-yen downside is still pretty much intact as long as it doesn't clear above 116. But I just have this nagging feeling that perhaps we can get a further run of good US data, and that will reinforce the stronger dollar story and provide some upside to dollar-yen. But certainly we're pushing back against the notion or the growing consensus that the dollar-yen trend is about to hit down.
What are the implications for BOJ policy, very quickly?
Well, I think they'll probably give it another go in terms of an attempt to cap yen strength. So I think pretty much there could be a surprise there, and this is why I'm also in the short term thinking that the dollar yen has some upside from here.